Calaroga Shark Media.
Hello and welcome to Palace Intrigue. I am your host, Mark Francis. Columnist Diana Elsa, who writes wonderfully entertaining columns with lots of flair, took a doom and gloom approach to the recent news cycle. She writes, "Over the last millennium, the British monarchy has somehow survived civil wars, 3, murders, many, invasion attempts, the French and the Spanish, and the ravages of modernity on an institution that seems to spend much of its time pretending it exists outside of time and space. However, the ground has shifted under the palace so profoundly in only a handful of years that it's breathtaking. Maybe the way the British monarchy ends is not with a bang, but with a whimper. Now, despite the best efforts of Charles, who has campaigned for 50 years now on green issues, despite William and Kate having plotted and executed a never-before-seen pivot from plaque unveiling to direct activism on key issues, despite the fact the palace now has whole teams dedicated to wielding hashtags, we just don't know if this will be enough to keep the regal show on the road. And here we haven't even mentioned the rising tide of republicanism in the Commonwealth, or that Black Lives Matter movement has sparked the greatest reckoning about race, power and privilege in half a century. The world has changed and is changing around the royal family, and I'm not sure they have entirely metabolized just how tectonic this shift has been. On Monday in the UK, the same day the palace announced the Charles cancer news, the BBC revealed it had gotten so many complaints about its royal coverage, it is making a documentary that will re-evaluate the role of the monarchy, according to the press release. There is another historic date that we just passed, unnoticed. January 21st was the 231st anniversary of France's Louis XVI's date with Madame Guillotine. For monarchies, there is no guarantee, ever. Royal source Deep Crown says, not to worry, the monarchy is built on resilience and adaptation. William fully grasps the essence of to be seen is to be believed, and should he step in for Charles or even ascend as a younger king, the monarchy will undoubtedly thrive. The variable in this equation is Kate. Post-recovery, envisioning her as a radiant young queen alongside King William isn't just a picturesque image, it's a powerful narrative that could propel the monarchy for decades. The Guardian floated the idea of a soft regency. Joe Little of Majesty magazine said, "It's a difficult situation, particularly so early in the reign. The fact that the Prince of Wales is also more or less out of the equation at the moment does most definitely expose the fragility of the monarchy, and hopefully that's something that will be addressed." Despite the palace's attempts to convey a keep calm and carry on message, there is an underlying sense of uncertainty in their language. While it's hoped that the king will continue with select private meetings, the timeline for his return to full public duties remains unclear. Robert Hazel, a constitutional expert, outlined mechanisms such as a soft regency, whereby senior royals can fulfill many of the king's functions without the need for formal appointments. However, Hazel noted the potential challenge posed by the diminishing size of the royal team and the importance of maintaining the monarchy's ceremonial and welfare roles in the eyes of the public. The shortage of working royals presents a dilemma for Prince Charles, who had envisioned a slimmed-down monarchy. With the departure of other senior royals from official duties, the responsibility now falls heavily on Prince William, who must balance his duties as heir with his responsibilities at home and the ongoing rift with his brother Prince Harry. While the prospect of regency seems distant, should Prince Charles become permanently incapacitated, Prince William would assume the role of regent. However, as now, such scenarios remain speculative, and the royal family continues to navigate these uncertain times with careful consideration and preparation. Hazel also reminds us that the monarchy needs to be seen to be believed. It's the ceremonial side and the welfare side of the monarchy which matter to the public. Queen Elizabeth II famously said, "To be seen is to be believed." She fully understood that they needed to get out there, added Hazel. The one time in our history when the monarchy has become seriously unpopular, and there really was quite a Republican movement, was when Queen Victoria went into hiding after Prince Albert died. Quite level-headed politicians at the time thought there was a real risk of us becoming a republic. Palace Intrigue will be right back. The location for the 4th annual awards ceremony of Prince William's Earthshot Prize Awards has been announced. This year's ceremony is scheduled to take place in Cape Town, South Africa, marking a significant milestone for the global initiative. While there is anticipation surrounding the event, it remains uncertain whether Prince William or Kate will attend due to Kate's ongoing recovery from abdominal surgery. In previous years, both Prince William and Kate graced the inaugural Earthshot Prize ceremony in London in 2021 and travelled to Boston for the second ceremony in 2022. However, for the third ceremony held in Singapore in November, Prince William attended solo as Kate stayed back, we were told, to support their eldest son, Prince George, who was undergoing exams at school. The 2024 Earthshot Prize Awards in South Africa are set to be part of a 5-day series of events celebrating the groundbreaking efforts of 15 global environmental solutions. The occasion will also bring together leading innovators, Earthshot alumni, partners, investors, and philanthropists for impactful discussions and actions aimed at catalyzing solutions to safeguard and restore our planet. The Standard wondered if Fergie is finally back in from the cold. Sarah Ferguson's recent appearance at the annual family gathering in Sandringham has sparked rumours of a potential royal rehabilitation for the Duchess of York. Despite her ongoing friendship with Prince Andrew, many insiders believe that her admirable handling of her recent cancer diagnosis, along with the late Queen's fondness for her, may have contributed to her being welcomed back into the royal fold after decades in exile. The Duchess garnered praise for her openness about her cancer treatment, which served as an example for other women to get screened. Her willingness to discuss her health journey even inspired the King to share more details about his recent condition, which had been stigmatized due to its potentially embarrassing symptoms. Throughout her appearance on shows like Loose Women and Lorraine, Fergie candidly discussed her cancer diagnosis, even playfully giving nicknames to her reconstructed breasts. She demonstrated resilience and determination, vowing to continue despite the latest diagnosis. Currently, Sarah awaits news about whether her malignant melanoma has spread to other parts of her body. Plans for her and Prince Andrew to move to Frogmore Cottage have been temporarily postponed due to her convalescence. Claudia Joseph, a royal commentator and author, noted, "Charles has always had a fondness for Fergie, and I think her invitation to Sandringham was a show of appreciation for her steadfast loyalty to Prince Andrew. She highlighted Fergie's unwavering support, her role as a mother to Beatrice and Eugenie, and her resilience in the face of royal ostracism." Princess Beatrice, known for her support of meaningful causes, has recently become an angel investor in a children's book streaming service, Scooper Books, which promises original and world-class stories and audiobooks. Her investment was unveiled on BBC One's Dragon's Den, making her one of the financial backers of the innovative project initiated by Simon and Charlene Mitchell-Hood, who were motivated by their daughter, Goldie, to start the business. The involvement of Princess Beatrice, the 35-year-old Princess of York, in Scooper Books sparked excitement among the show's participants, with Dragon Peter Jones remarking, "You've got royalty as an investor. Amazing. Congratulations." In an unprecedented move on Dragon's Den, all 5 dragons decided to contribute £1 each for a 1% stake in the company. This collective investment meant they would collectively own 5% of Scooper Books for a total of £5, a proposal that the business founders happily accepted. The US program Shark Tank is based on the format of Dragon's Den, which was based on the Japanese show Tigers of Money. Shark Tank, however, more closely resembles the format of the British version of Dragon's Den, which premiered in 2005. And there you have it. If you'd like to email us, our address is thepalaceintrigue@gmail.com. Please follow us on Spotify, Apple, your app of choice. If you're on YouTube, hit subscribe. It really helps us out. I'm Mark Francis. My thanks to John McDermott. This is Palace Intrigue. Good times.